So hello, I'm Heather Robinson, Fastpath Marketing Director, and today I'll be asking Rich Goddard, our Senior Director of Risk and Compliance, a few questions that will help reveal some of the issues around Oracle GRC. So welcome, Rich, and thank you for joining our brief Q&A session. You have 2 decades of GRC experience at both Oracle and PwC. What are the burning issues you see today for Oracle clients?
2 main things. The first one is that Oracle is in end of life for its Oracle GRC for EBS products. They're already only on sustaining support now. And the second is that the new GRC, which is Oracle's Risk Management Cloud product, only works for Oracle Cloud. So there's no single solution from Oracle now that will do EBS and cloud and any other, systems that you might like it to do.
Okay. Well, so you say GRC, but what exactly do customers use GRC solutions for?
Yeah, we're talking about the GRC applications that were mainly used for SOX compliance, automation of controls within EBS. In some cases, customers got better security out of it, and they got some process improvement, but they were mostly used for automated controls as part of SOX compliance and other compliance needs.
Okay, great. So what products exactly are going away?
So the Oracle GRC suite, there's AACG, which was the access tool that really x-rayed responsibilities and showed you critical access and segregation of duties inside that and across the user base. Transaction Controls Governor, which was used mostly for compensating controls, for access controls, where you could actually see if people did violate the SOD policy. And they were also used to identify transactions that were unusual amounts, suspicious people that may have, been doing things that were outside their realm. All kinds of different reviews of unusual things that wanted to be monitored. There was configuration controls, which allowed you to compare module configurations over 2 points in time or have a continuous audit trail, also a very useful compensating control. And then there was a GRC manager product, which allowed you to document risks and controls in a matrix and assess, pass and fail those controls and attach documentary evidence of review.
Great. So what does this mean to Oracle EBS GRC customers then, Rich?
So if you're on Oracle EBS now, you're on sustaining support, which means really, in a nutshell, no new software. Oracle support might be able to help you with existing issues, and they might be able to help you with existing patches if you're not at the latest patch set, but you're not going to get patches, security fixes, anything else within the applications. So many of the customers now are looking at and moving to other platforms because they're not happy with the support situation for EBS GRC.
So if I'm moving to Oracle Cloud, do I care about any of this?
Yes, what you care about is going to depend on what you're doing with Oracle Cloud and by when. So for customers for major accounts, they're going to be moving to Oracle Cloud. It's going to take some weeks, months, potentially even years to get off completely from EBS and to have all those systems running on cloud. So for that duration, if you're using the Oracle products, then you would need the Oracle GRC for EBS, and you would need the Oracle Risk Management Cloud for cloud. You'd be running 2 different systems. Now, if your 2B systems landscape has things other than Oracle Cloud, such as Workday or Salesforce, then you wouldn't have an Oracle solution that would be able to handle those systems. So some customers are looking at what single systems would allow you to manage all of those from one place.
Okay, so then what would be the timing, and when should I really plan for an automated controls system?
If you're implementing cloud or about to implement cloud, then you really want to be looking to have these SOD and the access piece of your GRC solution in some months before you're ready to go live. The lessons learned when people implemented these solutions for EBS the first time around they found things in their access model that required changes. And obviously it's far more efficient and easy to change those before you go live and build in your security model in cloud and know that it's going to support your SOD policies before you've ever gone live, rather than trying to take things away from people. That should never have really had in the first place. If you've already implemented cloud, or that's imminent, then you've got to look at what modules of cloud do you have that really need an SOD solution, and look at what are the compliance deadlines that are coming up. And you probably plan that with your external auditor to know what controls they're expecting to see and for how long before your next external audit. So work back from that and plan accordingly.
Okay. So if I wanted to switch GRC applications, what does that project look like?
Well, there's some good news in that most of the hard things have been done. When you think about the difficulties in implementing those solutions the first time around, defining what the policies were, identifying all the functions in the systems that needed to be tracked to support those SOD policies, reviewing the results and sitting down with business and IT and deciding which of those SOD violations required you to fix the security versus what things you would approve and live with, and identifying and proving things were false positives in your system and checking that that was all valid and could be ignored. Those were the things that took most of the time. The actual configuration standing up the system was pretty quick. When you think about what you do, you stand up a new system, right? And then you'll define the SOD policies, which you already now have, and you'll just be mapping into the content of what your next tool will be. You'll review the SOD results. You've already remediated to some extent for those results, so you're fine there. You'll have some false positive SOD results, like every system has. Those you've already tracked, tested, so you're going to configure those out of your new system. You'll archive any results that you want from your old system, run the reports PDF, back all that up, shut it down. And then the next time you do your SOD and your access reviews, you'll perform it in the new system. So these to change systems is very much a lift and shift exercise, and the heavy lifting was already done when you implemented your old system the first time.
Okay, all right. So could you tell me about how long implementation would take?
Yeah, you're probably talking some weeks, right? Standing up the system, getting it configured is probably a matter of days, some training for the users, and then going through the exercise of all the detailed configuration, some weeks, depending on your organization.
So, Rich, if you could leave the viewers with just a few key points, what would they be?
I think it's time for customers who are on Oracle GRC EBS to look at the end of life situation and look at next generation GRC automated controls technology and make a decision based on where their systems are going in the future. So that would be how long they're staying on EBS, what proportion of EBS will move to cloud, what other systems like Workday and Salesforce that complement Oracle Cloud would be in the mix.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Rich, for that snapshot on the critical issues users should be aware of with Oracle GRC. And I hope you enjoyed hearing Rich's insights, everyone. If you'd like to have a more detailed conversation and can give us 20 minutes of your time, we can provide both a cost estimate and a timeline to future-proof your SOD. Just email sales@gofastpath.com or visit our website at gofastpath.com and click on the Contact Us button. Thank you.